Alright, guys, Netherlands, or Holland as some people may call them, have beaten Belgium by 4 goals to 1, and I think it sort of proves what I said last night. Belgium are, in terms of their golden generation, is very much past its best now. They've still got a few decent players, don't get me wrong. Kevin De Bruyne obviously is the main man for them. Um, but they've got so many players who are at the moment seem to be past their best. So I'm not going to write Romelu Lukaku off. He went off injured after about half an hour tonight, so he didn't really get a chance to show what he can do. But he's come off the back of a poor season at Chelsea. Eden Hazard's been way past his best for 3 years now. He's done bugger all really since leaving Chelsea, if we're being completely honest. And that their defence that was once very good, once had Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen and Vincent Kompany all at the same time. Vincent Kompany's now retired, and Alderweireld and Vertonghen are both past their best. I think that is very much fair to say. They didn't have Thibaut Courtois playing tonight. They had Simon Mignolet, but I didn't think Simon Mignolet perfect wrong, to be honest. He made a couple of decent saves and couldn't really do anything about any of the 4 goals conceded by Belgium. We'll go through them. But Netherlands took the lead through a really good goal by Steven Bergwijn. Belgium hadn't really done anything wrong with this goal. It's just Bergwijn picks up the ball from De Jong, I think it was, turns, hits it, like arrows it into the bottom right corner. Brilliant strike. And yeah, really good goal. He's been playing in England now for 2.5 years for Tottenham. January 2020, I think it was, he joined, and I still don't know what this means. I remember Raheem Sterling did it for a while at Liverpool. But he doesn't do it anymore at City, but not a clue. But yeah, that put Holland in front and in control really. Holland, it took them a while to get going. Belgium had, I think they had a chance around the 15-minute mark, and that sort of woke Holland up a bit. And from then on, they were well and truly in control, if we're being completely honest. In fact, I think Berghuis it was who missed a really good chance before they went 1-0 up. Should have scored. And Mignolet saved it. Good save with his legs. And yeah, in the second half, Holland just had a 15-20 minute period where they just blitzed Belgium. There was, for a team that played three at the back, Belgium had so many gaps in that defence. Like Boyata, I thought his positioning was particularly poor for the second goal. Ball played through to Depay, and Depay took it really well, smashed it into the bottom corner. And the third goal for Holland came from Denzel Dumfries. Once again, Simon Mignolet's had to make a save, pushes it out right, does the right thing, but his defence just don't react quickly enough. Daley Blind puts it back across goal, and Dumfries scores it. I think Dumfries is a player he doesn't get spoken about much, but I think from what I've seen of him, and from like hearing how well he's doing for Inter in Italy, he's probably got to be up there with one of the best wing backs in the world. Not full backs, wing backs. I'll put emphasis on that again, wing backs. Because obviously not many teams do play three at the back. Well, more do now than they used to, but there's still, 4 at the back, still the most common setup. In terms of right wing backs, it's probably him, Reece James, and I'm struggling from there on, I'll be honest. Kieran Trippier also always did well when played in that position, but Newcastle now generally play four at the back. I'm sure I'm completely forgetting someone, so feel free to comment down below who I am forgetting. Um, but yeah, he's definitely up there. And the fourth goal, once again, Daley Blind creates it, just heads it over the Belgian defence. Depay controls it, and without it hitting the ground on the volley, puts it past Simon Mignolet to make it 4. And Depay, he's just a different player for Holland, it seems. I don't think he's had a bad season at Barcelona by any means, but for Holland, he just turns into like their version of Pele for some reason. I don't know what it is. Um, but yeah, he just seems to hit another level. Like he's got his goal scoring record for Holland. I don't know what it is, but it must be obscene almost. Um, he just seems to constantly score every game I watch Holland play. And yeah, he had a cracking game again tonight. And yeah, Belgium, they managed to, well, put the ball in Holland's net twice. The first one was marginally offside. This is after they conceded the 4. Batshuayi was just offside, and his shot was saved, and Castagna got the rebound, but obviously irrelevant. VAR chalked it off, and he did get Batshuayi got one himself right at the end of the game. This time it was a legal goal, and yeah, it was a decent ball over the top. I can't remember who it was by, to be honest, but Batshuayi got on the end of it and put it in the back of the net. I completely forgot I've completely forgot Michy Batshuayi was a player, to be honest. You don't tend to hear much about him anymore. I mean, he didn't get much of a look in at Chelsea, really. I don't think he was that impressive in the minutes he did get. And just went out on loan, didn't quite a lot to teams like Crystal Palace, Valencia, Borussia Dortmund. I don't even know who he's been at this season. I don't even know if he's still a Chelsea player, to be honest. But yeah, it seems like his time or his opportunities there are up anyway. But yeah, the one thing I did want to do going into this game was have a good look at Jurrien Timber, because he's obviously being touted as Man United's next signing, him or Frankie de Jong at the moment, but the de Jong one seems to be an ongoing situation, whereas Timber, it seems as though like as soon as a deal's been agreed, that should happen. And the first half, I was partly impressed, partly thought there was a couple of holes in his game. I was impressed by his willingness to put a foot in and his ability on the ball. He did look good in possession. But the one thing I did also notice was there was a couple of times where, in particular, Eden Hazard, where if Hazard received the ball, now obviously Hazard, even though he is, not the player he used to be, he's still very good. But when Hazard would receive the ball, Timber wouldn't leave a yard in between them and position his body correctly so that he's ready to run with Hazard and potentially nip in and take the ball. He just would go either through the back of Hazard and concede a stupid foul, or he would get too tight and it would be too easy for Hazard to get past him, was one thing I noticed. So his decision making at times could be a little bit off, but I didn't think he looked like a bad player. I also wasn't aware of he isn't the biggest player. He's for a centre back, he's quite small, which will be interesting to see how he copes with the Premier League if he does join Man United. But yeah, other than that, Holland, yeah, they just performed well. And I do also think that the Euros last summer was an unfair representation of how good Holland actually are, because they made it through the groups, and they did have some entertaining games in the groups, if I remember correctly. There was a really good game between them and Ukraine where I think they won 3-2. They made it to the last 16 and went out to Czech Republic. Matthijs de Ligt got sent off that game, I think. And obviously they were missing arguably their best player in Virgil van Dijk that whole tournament through injury. So yeah, I think they definitely will have a better tournament at this next World Cup. Are they in it? Yeah, I'm sure they're in it. I haven't even checked that. But yeah, I'm pretty confident they're in it. But yeah, I think they'll have a better tournament because they'll have, well, hopefully for them, they'll have their players fit. But yeah, anyway, Holland played really well. Belgium didn't. Holland won 4-1. Belgium didn't. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.